But all the hits aren't comedies. Like it's not Oppenheimer. I guess Barbie's technically a comedy, but it's like Oppenheimer. It's a movie like Weapons. It's like horror movies or like big budget.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Odyssey will be a hit.
But then we both saw One Battle After Another, and you're like, this movie's amazing. Oh my God, cinema's back. And then you hear it's lost millions.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, if this can't be a hit.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's really good.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
But I love losing money.
In his book, Judd talks about needing help editing funny people, and he brings in Paul Thomas Anderson to edit. It was just like, it's hilarious. That's like, you're like, I'll just call up one of the best directors ever to look at it.
Well, he had just done Punch Drunk Love, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's
great movie.
And so he came to see the movie at one of the previews, and he's so nice and obviously the best. And so I said, you want to come in and help me? Because he's like, the movie's too long. And, when you hear that from me, you should take it seriously.
Yeah.
So I go, why don't you just come in and just like show me where the cuts are? Because, I really fall in love with the story. And if I lay it out and it just feels like this is the story, if it's 15, 20 minutes longer, I personally don't care at all. Yeah. I'm like, well, that's just how long it takes to tell this. And so he went through it with me. And then I couldn't quite figure out how to time the ending. And I said, you want to just take a pop in the ending? I'll just go get something to eat. And,
Whoa.
What does that mean when you say that? Is he just like in a room?
Yeah, with the editor. Yeah, and I said, because there's that scene, it's in the supermarket. And at the end of the movie, Sandler pulls out these notes that he wrote some jokes for Seth, which we all know if an older comedian wrote you a joke when you're a young comedian, that's crazy.
Sure.
It's very rare that they're going to do something, and that was like a sign that he was apologizing and that he wanted to be friends with him. But I couldn't figure out the song or when to cut to the credits, and there was a song we were thinking about, Comedy Tonight, that song, Something Familiar, Comedy Tonight. It's from the old Larry Gelbart play, with Zero Mostel in it. People will know. But anyway, so I left, and then he cut it, and it looked exactly like a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Oh, no.
I mean, it literally was like, I could just give you my footage.
Yeah.
And your point of view is so clear and strong.
I would love to see the Paul Thomas Anderson 40-year-old version.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wait, this feels like him. Just like, he edited to the music on an offbeat,
right,
and then cut to black, and earlier than I would have. And it was a real lesson in the power of those choices.
It's like when a comic gives you a tag, but it's entirely in their voice.
Exactly.
Like, I can't use that.
And that's risky. Giving your movie to him, and then, that's like leaving your wife with Idris Elba. She might not come back.
I know.
But did you kind of go back and tweak it and make it your own?
Well, what's funny is I tested it in a version similar to that, and the movie was really long. It got longer. Maybe it was like 2 hours and maybe 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn. So when you're doing that, are you like, I got to get this under 2, or you're like, whatever?
Well, I'm always like, I'm okay at 210. Like, I know people want it to be 145, 150, and I'm like, you know what? Relax. Where you going? What do you got to get home to?
Do you ever regret it, or are you always like, nah, fuck it was right?
I never regret it, only in the sense that I never have people 10 years later say that it was too long. I think it's like a movie theater experience, because when you're in a theater, you're kind of antsy. Yeah. But most people watch it at home anyway, and they pause and take a piss and have a sandwich. And so it's not the ongoing debate. It's just what does it take to get to know the characters? And so I tested it, and it tested the highest it ever tested. So you ask the crowd, how many people out of 300 people think this movie is excellent or very good? And that's the number. And if you can be in the 80s or above, you're pretty good. And it tested really high, but then I still cut 10, 12 minutes out of it. And sometimes I regret that.
Sure.
There was a scene where he goes back to work at the end of the movie, and you see Sandler on a movie set, and he's making a hot dog eating competition movie. And you kind of see him kind of hating his life, making this movie that he doesn't like. Yeah. And I'm the director, and I'm trying to get him to eat 6 hot dogs in one take. I'm like, I just want to do a oneer where we could see you eat 6 hot dogs. We just have to get it once, and it's just him going, I just had leukemia. I'm going to eat 6 hot dogs. And me trying to trick him into giving me one take.
Damn.
And it was a pretty funny scene, but the movie was just too long.
So funny. All that's gone. That's just on a cutting room floor. Yeah. Wow.